playing at least one part of the core blade deck.
Welcome back to Vintage Masters, the Eternal event. Next level games in Dandenong, first leg of the Eternal Masters on the Queen's birthday weekend. I'm Tom Sullivan, aka Sully. With me today we have Lee Holland, aka Ugg.
Hello.
We have Ben McCoy, aka the real McCoy.
G'day, guys.
And on stream today we have Jimbo Dowling on your left hand side playing on the Salt Mine playmat. He is playing Standstill, which he normally plays in very competitive vintage formats. And on your right we have Jared Alsop on white Eldrazi. I believe he was the youngest person playing vintage, who is just turned 18. I think he's turning 19 very soon. And he's become a very competitive player and a force to be reckoned with, which is pretty good.
Probably should mention off the bat, congratulations to Jared for topping Eternal Masters. So the Master of Masters, I believe.
Yeah, he won Master of Masters, which was, I'm pretty happy with him and proud of him for that. So essentially, Master of Masters means that over the 3 events, over the 3 days for Eternal Masters, we have 3 formats: Vintage Masters to start it, second day is Legacy, and the third day is 7-point Australian Highlander. And Jared top 8'd, or at least got close to top 8 in every single format, which is pretty impressive.
I would say it's very impressive. Very impressive.
I'm very impressed with
compared to us chumps that didn't even top 8 any of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So where do we start? We haven't had either of these two on stream at all for the day. So we have Standstill, and it's regular. It's pretty standard for the standard still decks. 21 lands, which I think is a little bit light on. 3 mana drains.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Only 2 Moxes, which is pretty standard, and a Soul Ring, which is very interesting, being that it's a mental misstep target and stuff. And he's got it in his opener too. Thought I'd see a resolve. That's bad news, and that Flusterstorm looks terrible. And removes the removal spell. Yeah, no real surprises there. There's some Spicy Anahiri in his deck, and a Emrakul the Promise End. Wow, I'm falling in love with Jimbo's deck already.
Yeah.
And
I think he survived.
There's a Vandal Blast in his sideboard, but we'll get to that later. Alright, so we have Thought-Knight's here off. A very powerful start from Jared.
Yeah, that was.
It's the 1-2 punch you dream of as an Eldrazi player.
That's ridiculous.
Unless this is... I'm not sure what Jimbo can do, actually. Except for extend the handshake.
Jimbo can still come
he
back
gets
from
he
this.
gets a chance to maybe do a Supreme Verdict. No, he doesn't have the right color mana up for that. What can Jimbo do?
Hand, but
that's a bit late, isn't it?
Well, he's got at least a turn.
Playing
we're gonna snap.
Just getting the blocker out of there.
Yeah, a chump. So we take 5 instead of 4 this turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Going to 6.
Did we see another land in Jimbo's hand? Because even if he draws a Supreme Verdict,
he can't play it. Yeah, that's right. All swords though.
Is
that a top deck swords?
It was a top deck of swords. So he's going to Swords to Plowshare.
The true name, draw a card.
The Thought-Knight's here.
Sorry.
Draw a card.
Yep. Jared gains 4 life.
Ooh, we got another chump blocker. And we're on 6. I'm liking where Jared is.
Yeah, he just wants to be on the beat down.
Oh, dismember, and that's the game, isn't it? Yep, that's it. Alright.
That was a pretty fast round.
Pretty uneventful, really.
Yeah, there's no real surprises there. The Standstill decks struggle against these creature-based sort of strategies.
But what does Jimbo have that he might be able to bring in?
He's got a fair bit. So 2 Containment Priests, 1 Fragmentized, 1 Grafdigger's Cage, 1 Ingot Chewer, 1 Mountain, 1 Red Elemental Blast, 1 Stony Silence, 1 Sudden Shock, 1 Supreme Verdict, 1 Surgical Extraction, 1 Swords to Plowshare, 1 Tormod's Crypt, 1 Vandal Blast, and 1 Wear.
I think that might be a wear.
It might be Wear Tear, I think, yeah.
He's playing a very toolboxy sideboard.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
one-offs
very.
So what does he bring? He brings in the Supreme Verdict.
Supreme
he
Verdict,
brings in
swords.
swords.
Yeah.
Wear Tear?
Yeah,
Ingotura?
maybe. He might bring
Fragmentize,
wear
maybe?
tear.
Stony Silence? No, that doesn't
I think he might bring in the Ingature because it's just a blocker.
Yep.
It can get rid of whatever he's worried about.
Yeah,
But it's just a blocker.
Well, if he knows Jared's listed or if he's playtested or seen it, he'll know that there's Thorns of Amethysts in the main deck, and a Chalice, Soul Ring, Mana Crypt. So there are targets for an Ingature. So it's not totally dead, and looks like a sudden shock.
Yeah, he did bring in the sudden shot.
There's some interesting stuff to board out for Jimbo. So 2 Flusterstorms, they're dead weight.
Yeah.
You'd probably leave the Mana Drains, the Mental Misstep. He's only playing 1 Mental Misstep in his main deck. That is amazing. And a Misdirection, that doesn't seem too good here either.
Yeah, so he brought it out the mental misstep.
So there's 4 cards straight away that come out. But Mind Break Trap's an interesting one. What are your thoughts on Mind Break Trap, Lee?
I like it as a card. It's very good. And your Standstill is all about trying to reach that later game as well, where he can hardcast that.
Hardcast it. Okay,
Yeah,
so
so it's just
you
another
would leave that
hardcast.
in then.
I'd probably
That's what
leave
you're
it in. It's just a solid counter. It's something that's always going to be good if he gets to that stage, as opposed to something that's subpar.
I would imagine he would bring in the basic mountain in this match.
Yeah,
well.
yeah, he might.
Well, you're playing against White Eldrazi, and you know that White Eldrazi is playing Thorns and Strip Mines and Wastelands and potentially Crucible of the Worlds, which I'm not sure whether Jared is playing Crucible.
It does not look like he's running Crucible, but Jimbo doesn't necessarily know that.
No.
So you are right, the mountain is very on point. Whereas Jared, I think, might have had a harder time sideboarding. He's got Path to Exile, Rest in Peace, Grafdigger's Cage, Kataki, Seal of Cleansing, Dismember, and Null Rod.
Yeah, none of them really jump out at me
No.
for this particular match.
I mean, we know that Path to Exile is just handy. It's almost better than Swords to Plowshares in the current meta.
Would Revoker name the Soul Ring?
So
right now?
yeah, you would name Soul Ring. You'd only slam it like that if you have something obvious to name. And he's playing. He knows that Jimbo's on a Standstill list.
Yeah, so he did name Soul Ring. Jimbo's representing that by pushing it forward. So Jared also was playing the nice little combo of Containment Priest, Eldrazi Displacer. And he's got a Containment Priest in hand.
Oh yeah, the combo, the 1-2 combo.
Yeah, just exile what your opponent's doing. And I believe
Ah,
he just
so it's
drew
Flash, yeah.
Is he playing a Thalia Heretic Healer?
He has 3 Thalia Heretic Cathars in the main
Cathar,
deck,
sorry.
which I find very interesting.
Standstill.
And there's a Standstill. That's brilliant.
Containing a flat in the
Response.
Containment Priest.
But the Force, very good plays on both.
Yeah,
Both
that was well
sides there.
played. That was well played.
If Jared had have managed to land that Containment Priest, that was possibly the game to him.
It would help a lot. All right, just crack that Standstill straight away.
Yeah,
There's
just do it
different-
as early as possible.
Different
So-
schools of thoughts on the way to crack a Standstill.
There
always
is that
go
Thalia as well, which is very poignant considering Jimbo's just drawn a Flooded Strand and a Strip Mine.
Is that a moat in Jimbo's hand as well?
He has definitely got one in his deck, and yes, that would be a moat. Now that does seem like I don't know whether I'd call it game over against Eldrazi, but it certainly does a lot of work. How
And
does Eldrazi get around
Big
it?
Thalia being a 3/2 as well is very
well,
critical. That 3 power and first strike.
what is that card?
Seal of Cleansing is
See,
coming out,
well, there you go. So there's the answer for moat.
What's Seal of Cleansing do?
but it's Force. So Seal of Cleansing is an enchantment. It comes into play, sits around until you need it, and you sacrifice it to destroy target artifact or enchantment.
That's right. And it would be rather handy right here.
Yeah, because there's the As I said, there was, I think,
Hang on,
three.
how many-
That was a misplay
Sorry,
just
I can't
there.
Oh,
Jimbo
that's
just strip mined through a heretic.
Oh, yeah. Right, yeah. That can't happen.
Yeah, that's a,
But the planes can happen, and the moat can be played.
Yeah. So there's Little Thalia.
Yeah,
as I
there's
like to
some
call
bad
them.
flavour text, isn't there?
Big-
Thalia, big Thalia, little Thalia on the board together.
Yeah. It does happen.
Rather a lot.
Yeah, well, as I've mentioned
It-
previous, I run them both in my modern deck.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. That 5 power in first strike there
Oh, first strike.
is so good.
It's back again. The first strike is back again.
Yeah.
so for a long time, I always thought that if you had 2 like Thalias and stuff, you had to sack one.
Yeah. The difference between the legendary rule and the planeswalker rule.
Yeah, very different.
God, that's real beating.
All right.
So how does Jimbo win here though?
Well,
This is what
he's
I'm-
not losing.
Well,
Well,
the
he's
moat keeps him
in the game.
in the game. I guess slowball it to find your Jason Mind Sculptor.
Pretty much.
So that is the line of play.
I think so. If Jared slams a Seal of Cleansing again, though, might be in
There's
trouble.
Another Standstill.
Yeah,
It's
this is
such
a good.
card.
This is
Wow.
good news for Jimbo with
It's
the
a
moat
great game for
in
coverage.
play.
Just misplaying
Jared
both
needs to do
Thalias.
something to remove. Yeah, great game for coverage. Look, we're trying to make it great, Jimbo.
It's this namesake card for Jimbo's deck stands still. Essentially, Jimbo wants to lock his
Bore us to
opponent.
death.
No, it's not even that. Just lock his opponent out of the game so that he's forcing his opponent to do exactly what Jimbo wants and give him cards so that he has all the answers for what Jared is doing.
I thought his plan was to play Standstill, wait till his opponent falls asleep, and then wins the game. Isn't that right?
Yeah,
Here we
pretty
go,
much.
draw, go. That's some of the fastest draw going I've ever seen, I think.
Yep.
Jimbo
They know what they're
knows-
looking for. Jimbo's looking for Jace. I think Jared at the moment.
Ooh,
is,
Library of Alexandria. Is that a good magic card?
I hear it's power. I don't think Jared's in a really good position right here.
No, he's not.
Jimbo would quite
The-
happy to sculpt his stand.
Yeah, that's right. Look, the longer the game goes for, the better it is for Jimbo.
Yeah. Jimbo will literally keep drawing. He will never break his own standstill.
I've got that one.
Ever.
I've got
So,
the first one too. Was it messed
The
with my
interesting part is Jared really needs to find that seal of cleansing.
Mm.
But by the time he finds it, he's going to have to contend with counterspells.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's a really interesting interaction with Standstill there.
I would like to move to disco.
It's also interesting with Cavern of Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess not playing a Mox into your own Standstill is a good play.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Jimbo's going to just play all the lands. He doesn't need his Moxen.
Tap my library.
That moat is very doing a lot of work for Jimbo.
Oh, yeah.
Because essentially, normally creature decks just beat standstill. Because you get a creature out, they get a standstill out. You don't care about their standstill because you're just going to
Jimbo-
beat them.
How do you
Jimbo
beat a moat?
does
Build a
have
bridge.
The Jason Mind Sculptor in hand at the moment.
He doesn't? Or
He does.
He does, but he doesn't want to play it because discarding does he have a Snapcaster as well?
Yeah, there is a...
He doesn't want to play it because he wants to draw the cards.
Yeah.
Another land that could attack if it was only not for moat.
Yeah. Jimbo
Mind
just-
you, not that you'd attack into the first strikers. on
No
the other
first
side of the
strike, yes, that's
board as
right.
well.
Yeah, that's-
It's surprising how relevant that first strike is with the
Disco.
with the lower power, lower toughness creatures. that we
Fragmentize
see.
this card. I bet Jared wishes he had one of them in his hand.
Cards?
No, I can't imagine anything that Jared does is going to resolve.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think so.
Jared isn't very much not in a good position here. I don't know what he can top deck from his deck.
Well, Jimbo has Acol in hand.
Oh well, I guess if you're going to crack your own Standstill with anything,
Yeah, you might as well do it with an
Ancestral Recall's a good card to do it with.
I think he's thinking about.
I have 8.
Well, you do it in Jared's end step, yeah?
Yeah,
So he's
100%.
discarded.
Dig through time.
But we go admit, Jimbo has the pieces. He's just waiting.
Here we go. Are we gonna act? We
Oh,
are
we are
going to
too.
act in end step.
He's going to draw a card first. And then he's going to...
Cost 1 addition.
Probably needs to pay 1 more for that. Yeah, there we go.
You can draw 3. I'm gonna-
Yeah, Jared gets to draw 3 cards, but he doesn't feel like.
And then you can draw 3.
You targeting this?
Okay.
Or?
Whichever one. I'd said this and then I want to target this. Switch. Okay. I'm going to snapcaster it back to target the other one. Draw 3.
There's a bit of confusion over which Jimbo was actually targeting there.
I don't think it matters. I think Jimbo is Snapcaster, maging, and then killing the other one.
Is that a Michael Lau signed Thalia?
Like,
I think it is, an M. Lau signed Thalia.
Well-
M. Lau, do we know who M. Lau is?
I know who M. Lau is.
He's a professional Magic player in the Melbourne scene, isn't he?
I'm unsure of that, and I'm not sure how to answer it, Sully. He's a wonderful bloke who I have met a couple of times.
So how much life did he just go to? 27, is that right?
Basic
So you just gained 5 life off the Thalias, I believe?
Yeah.
Do you have some in your hand?
Okay.
So Moat's still there, but we know Jimbo has the Jace in hand. He's probably got a bunch of counter spells to back it up.
Yeah, he has all the cards.
I think Jimbo slams the Jace and proceeds to win step. He's also got Crucible of Worlds, so he's going to start eating away the lands as well to stop the Cavern of Souls from being able to cast anything through them.
So Jared's just discarding down to hand size because Jimbo cracked his Standstill in his end step.
Untap.
Soul Ring, Black Lotus, and Mox Pearl, I believe it was.
Yes, it was.
Because we don't need any more mana.
Draw 4.
Remember this time.
Yeah.
And here's a wasteland.
Lotus. Adding
Black
blue.
Lotus, take
Time
on its
Walk,
Acor.
Ancestral Recall, yeah.
Just play all the power.
Oh. There it is.
Dark
Jace.
Jay Stack Faden, they both resolve this turn, I believe.
Yeah.
So,
And ticks
Space
up straight
Ceiling,
away.
Jared. So,
Leaving it on top.
can very much presume that Jared is never going to see a Seal of Cleansing here,
Yeah.
and I don't think he has an out. I think this is all over Jared.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
If it wasn't over previously at this stage, I don't think there's anything he's going to be able to do.
I guess,
Pass to my next one.
I guess you're just information gathering now, are you?
Yeah.
If
pretty
you're
much.
Jared,
Draw for 2.
for game 3. I think Jimbo's probably shown the majority of his deck now. And this game will probably be over, I would imagine, in 3 turns.
You sure?
I don't even remember what it was. Oh, hit me.
Jared does have a Reality Smasher in hand though. With 3 caverns, I'm assuming all naming Eldrazi.
Yeah, but he's Reality Smash can't attack, so...
Oh yeah, because the moat.
Yep.
Can you stuff me up?
And there's a Time Walk for the Jace, just to speed things up a bit.
Strip
And yeah,
mine,
that-
Cavern on human.
Unless Jimbo has a,
So you had a corruption.
Jared has a Seal of Cleansing in hand that he's not wanting to play until after the Jace
I've
ulti.
got more in my hand.
It doesn't seem like he's really got anything.
How many turns did he take there?
Is that 3 in a row?
Yeah. Oh, so he must have snapcast the...
Snapcasted the Time Walk
So
back.
Time
in.
Walk and Snapcasted Time Walk, yeah.
Yeah, so Time Walk is now exiled. Yep, cool. Just
And
taking him off
strip
all of those
mine.
crucibles.
This can go up, target me.
Do you play Dak and steal on Mox? Is that, or do you just not play the Dak at this stage?
I think Dak might just be too cute.
I have 6
Yeah.
cards. I will pass turn to you.
Yeah, and also if Jared knows he's definitely running a Dak, I mean, I'd guess that Jimbo's running a Dak.
Yeah,
Dak's a good enough card that you'd guess it was in the deck,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't have anything concrete at the moment.
Also the fact that he's still got a Library of Alexandria.
Revoker?
Oh, that's a good one. I don't believe Oh, wait, did that just get let to resolve?
So the cavern might have been naming.
Ah, it might be naming horror. Yeah, that's a thing.
Countering the
That
rest
just
in peace to...
I would imagine Jimbo's got a swords in his hand.
Yeah.
So many cards.
He'll draw one soon if he doesn't.
There's a sudden shock. There's a sudden shock in his hand. I can't tell whether he's got a volcanic island in play.
Untap. Cards you have.
Oh, he's just played 2 lands a turn by accident.
Was that Jared just played 2
Yeah.
lands? Okay.
Yeah, he accidentally, which happens very, very often.
Yeah.
When you've got this many lands out, playing 2 lands a turn by
Jimbo's
accident.
going to fund the vault.
Oh, yeah,
Mountain.
Mountain. There we go. He sideboarded the mountain in. No surprises there.
Yeah.
There's going to be a sudden shock, and Jace is going to continue to do what he does.
Sudden shock.
There it is.
Jeez, how good of a card is Southern Shock?
Probably has to pay 1 more for that, but I don't think that's really matters.
Played a land. Pass
It looked like a Leyline of the Void, I think he left on top, but I'm not 100% sure.
Christ,
There we go. We rectified the
ridiculous.
casting cost stuff.
No, Dismember? It looks black.
Very
Oh
good.
my goodness.
Sure, that'll resolve, but doesn't matter because. And
Another color.
I'm having a severe case of deja vu right now.
Yeah, so am I.
You're on 27. Yep.
And Rule Jace ticks up 1 more time.
Why not? You want to do the game?
So the strip mine's going to
Strip
come into
mine
play
coming
tapped.
tapped. No, do it. Yeah, we go. There we go.
Oh,
Thought we were going to have another Andy Horn versus Eunice moment.
so do you strip mine?
Pass the turn.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Was it Jared keep whatever card was on top? It's not a seal of cleansing, so it didn't matter.
And how many cards in hand does Jacob have left? So how many?
Jared has
Jared,
2 cards in hand.
So he gets 2 more
It's an
turns after this
Ancient
one.
Tomb.
Oh no, 1 more
and-
turn after this one.
I think people kind of forget that what Jace actually does when he ultimates.
Yeah, so what does he do?
Exile this
He removes your library from the game, and your hand becomes your library.
That's pretty good.
So as I said, if
those games in
Jared
Justice
was
League
really
where every single
wondering,
time
Teaming,
I stand
teaming
still,
about it, yeah.
he might have had that seal of cleansing in hand.
And yeah.
So you're like, I'll just crack my own then.
So do any changes get made to the sideboard? Sully, is there anything in Jimbo's deck that he might consider bringing in again, knowing that the seal of cleansing is there?
And a Jace.
So I would bring in probably the Fragmentize if he hasn't already.
Like, we saw it in his main deck. We did see him. He
Yeah.
already brought it in.
Ingatua, as I said before.
Not pithing.
Sunshot
Does he
is
got
good.
pithing needles or anything in his sideboard?
No, he doesn't have any pithing needles. Maybe another Swords to Plowshare if he didn't bring it in. Surgical Extraction, I would say he could bring it in because it would take him off certain things. So, because Jimbo's playing the control matchup, so he's playing the control in this. So he can counter anything that he's really worried about and then surgical it out and take all 4 copies.
It's an interesting risk when you know your opponent is playing Cavern of Souls, though.
Yeah, it is. 100%.
He's reevaluating now.
Jared's just taking out... Oh, no, he's just left it in. It looked like he was about to take out the Chalice of the Void, but it looks like he's taken out Displacer instead.
Interesting. And this is part of the reason why I think Chalice could easily be unrestricted again. Quite often it gets bordered out whether you're on the play or on the draw. And these decks that aren't playing Mishra's Workshop, but are playing Chalice of the Void, you sort of lose a little bit of potency with it.
On my level.
Sorry, without it. So I would like to see it unrestricted again, but I guess Eldrazi might just become too good if it did get it.
Yeah, I think Eldrazi would actually see more play than Shops, essentially.
It's potential. I don't know whether they'll ever see more because Shops will obviously be utilising Chalice of the Void too, which is why it got restricted.
So we just saw Jared do some sideboarding again. Maybe he didn't bring in all his seals of cleansing. Maybe that's why
He's
he
had
didn't.
3 in the sideboard. 3, yep.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, seems like a good card, and he just got beaten up by a moat then. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you beat a moat? Build a bridge.
And so it might have just been that
Yeah, you just like cast
Jared
a
only
couple of
put
Rangers
in
cards and
like
3
one
visits, and then
token
you
seal
cast
because
it
he went,
before
oh,
it's
this
made.
card's a dead card in my deck. Took that out. What can I
Or
put in? Oh, a
canonically, you
seal,
cast a
because if I
mouse
drop a
or
seal, I can destroy a standstill for
Standstill.
no value for Jimbo.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And
maybe
realizing that seal is his only answer
I had a game
to
against Jeremy
a
Roberts,
moat.
Pact
Yeah.
of Wanderer, cast Wanderer,
So maybe Jimbo might also
Time
recognize
Spiral
this at the
Cruel
moment
Ultimatum.
as
He
well.
discards 3 cards, untaps,
That
has
the
perfect mana
seals
to
are
cast Emrakul, the
actually
Promised End.
a lot.
Due to the discard,
Definitely bad
takes
for
my
him.
turn. I have a Pact trigger on the stack. I
It'll
die.
be very interesting to see how this game goes.
Am
We've
I on
had
the
2 very different games.
Yeah. I feel like being on the play actually really helps Jared a lot here.
Good luck. I need to shuffle yours.
You can do a lot of powerful things on the play, and when you're not playing Force of Will, but you are playing Thorns and
I had like 5 lands.
the like, it is rather powerful being on the play.
So that chalice coming down
Yeah, the chalice. Yeah.
for 1
Like I called on myself
or even
before
2
there was
on
priority
turn
cards,
1
but, like,
seems very good.
there was-
I guess the standstill match is, and he's got it in his opener. If it's a keeper, I think I might be throwing it
That looks
down the
like
way.
a-
No
It's a
land.
mulligan.
No hand. It was a good hand.
Mulligan, and I have a Library of
And
Alexandria.
Jimbo, Force of Will, Library of Alexandra on the draw, and he ships it. He ships it.
6-card hand. The 6-card hand was not good.
He had an Emrakul in hand, apparently. You listened to Jimbo.
I would like to know how many times Jimbo actually got to cast Emrakul.
No, because
Yeah.
It's a very interesting choice.
Can Jimbo
opponent today.
cast Emrakul?
Yes,
players.
Has he got enough?
it's the one. It's
didn't
promised
count it.
end, so
And then I ticked down to
it
here.
costs 1 less
yes.
for each time. Each different.
Each
someone
different
get the
type
card
of
up.
card
2 games
in
in a row
your
against
graveyard,
Graveyard,
I believe. So it's a
Minus 8 because
13
he got a snap
converted
cast
mana
match.
cost because they had a big thing about
One of them
Emrakul
was
being
because he was on
13.
above 13
Yeah.
and had 2 halves of combos in play,
So
and I needed protection.
when it
So
comes
I
into
cast
when you
target
cast
mana
it
drain.
as well,
Take control.
you take control of your
I'm not
opponent's
casting
next
it.
turn. So you mind slave it.
But they get another turn after that. Yes.
Yeah.
And yes, they do. So it is not quite as powerful as Mindslaver,
But
and you definitely
the other one was,
can't
I
recurse it
drew and
unless
lost
you have a
my
Caracas.
That's just pretty good.
Oh wow.
But
To be fair,
but you are only
cast
taking that
Emrakul
sort of
once today.
almost
which means it should just be
a turn
different
to
number.
mess with your
I didn't
opponent.
draw
Which
any.
is-
It should be a
It's
higher end.
enough to just make your
It shouldn't
opponent
just be
lose.
steal 13 bounces.
Yeah,
and
like
castable.
it is so hard to get back. This is probably why they banned it in standard.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Banning a card in standard must mean it is reasonably good. I won't say it's brilliant because
It's standard.
yeah,
And it's not banned in Frontier, let's be honest.
It's not banned in Frontier. What even is that format, really?
It's like Legacy with less cards.
It's like Legacy does it. It's like Modern with less cards?
Oh,
Like,
well, yeah, I guess Modern's
like
also like
extended
Legacy with less
with
cards.
like extended with less cards?
Yeah, probably. So type 2.
I'd really like to see extended come back.
Come back, yeah.
But that's a conversation for another time, I think.
Or classic. You could call it classic with the old card face or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
But so the other thing Emrakul, the Promised End, does is it has flying, trample, and protection from instants.
Oh, wow.
Instant.
So if Jimbo lands it, it's very hard for people to remove.
I don't even think.
Swords, Path to Exile, they're just not going to touch that guy.
How does Jared deal with that? I don't think he can.
I think if you're casting an Emrakul, doesn't matter who you are, you're in trouble.
Yeah,
You're
pretty
in
much.
trouble.
You should be winning that game.
So Thorn and Big Thalia again.
Yeah.
Or do you
interesting-
mana drain this? Oh, you can't. Thorn damage this.
Does he
Sorry.
force it? I think he forces it because he's got a standstill in hand.
Discarding the
Yeah.
Brain Trap. I 100% agree with that play.
Yeah.
Paying the 1. Taking the 1 life.
So,
Yep, that's it.
Go away, Thalia. We don't want you here anymore.
You do too much work.
Yep. Cracking the flood.
Oh, interesting. Is he going to slam the
Standstills in Highland.
standstill? He is.
Yeah, so searching for probably a non-basic. Oh no, he's grabbing the basic
Basic.
island.
Yeah, yeah. Wasteland is being presented on the other side, so that makes
Very,
sense.
very good call.
Well, that's one of my favourite artworks of an island on a basic island, I should say, on Jimbo's side of the board.
So you like the cup?
I don't mind the cup.
Yeah.
Don't mind a good cup.
My favourite would have to be the John Avon Unhinged
Yeah.
land, but that's probably a lot of people's favourite.
I like the APAC one. The one I go playing with is the APAC. I think it's the Vietnamese island. So.
Aside from that, I think Champions of Kamigawa is my favourite island.
There were some good ones in there.
So the John Avon one we saw early in rounds on Socrates' sleeves. That John Avon
yes.
that you guys are talking about.
Ooh,
That's
is this a blind name for Revoker? It is. He doesn't. There's no thought necessary. So what do you name here?
Oh,
Blind. And we'll never know, I guess.
so
you'd name Jason Linesculptor, I think.
Yeah, blind. Yeah.
So
Gaining 2
Jimbo
life there or
has
3 life there?
He's got a sudden
3
shock,
life
but
off
no way to play it.
He's got the Emrakul in hand again.
Is that a seal of cleansing? Is it
Sure.
being slammed on
seal
the
of
board
cleansing
nice and
comes
early?
down.
Give you a target there.
No soul ring. Ooh. I'm not sure that's what Jimbo wanted to see just then.
I think this is okay because
Ooh.
Jared's broken the seal of cleansing. So either Jimbo got mana there, or he got rid of that seal of cleansing. So
That's interesting. I'm not sure I would have gone and hit the soul ring like that.
I think
but
Jared's just trying to be aggressive.
aggressive,
Yeah.
yeah. He wants another creature. He needs more threats because this is giving Jimbo time to,
sudden shock.
find a way to cast his sudden shock
Yeah, it was.
and just take off the basic mountain as well.
Uh,
Take Jared off,
Totally be a
well, everything really, because he now has no threats in play and 1 or 2 cards in hand, and that's it.
Yeah, he hasn't got much in hand, that's for sure.
I would win this. I think he has mana drain in his hand.
So now Jimbo has a couple of ways to go. He can drop a Standstill, or he can drop a Crucible and start replaying some of those lands that have gone.
Interesting.
Keep in mind he has Emrakul and no other. There's a Black Lotus.
Black
He
Lotus.
might just jam Emrakul and win if he's got enough different types. Oh, of course, one extra through the Thorn though.
Be very tempted. No, he's about to do something crucial. There we go. Well, that's going to be very powerful. And Emrakul in hand, is it? Yes.
Yep.
So he has mana drain, not quite online right at the moment.
That's close.
So I think if Jared lands a Reality Smasher, would be.
I agree.
Yeah, I think you have to blow up the Crucible.
Which is not bad for Jimbo, but not great.
It's
Because he's got Moat in hand, doesn't he?
yeah, he does. He does, and a way to play it. Ooh,
Shells for
on
2?
1. On 1.
one. Yeah, 1. Yeah,
Cause-
1, 1.
Ah,
That's it.
Thorn.
Just
Yep.
Thorn.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
Is it a
Jimbo
one?
jam out Standstill.
So he's got artifacts, instant, land in his graveyard.
I think Jimbo probably should have jammed out the Standstill there, but I think he just wants to hold up mana drain so he can hopefully
Cast the Emrakul, that's right.
And there is
There's Standstill, that's going to help him. So he's got enchantment, artifact,
You didn't tap my mana.
land, instant in his graveyard.
So
Hopefully,
that's-
and we'll guess mana drain mana, and
Yeah, if I lose, let's still get
the rest would be cast. So I think
We can do this game again.
yeah, this Emrakul's coming
Except
down.
Emrakul might be
I promise. My manlands can actually attack.
happening.
But I don't think he cast the Emrakul into the
How many seal
Standstill.
cleansing do you play?
No. You
But,
wait till Jared breaks the Standstill.
Well, you know
Or-
what's tech right here? He could play land, almost force of will, whatever is happening, and then mana drain his own force of will just to get 5 mana, just to cast that.
There's a
Emrakul.
wasteland though that's going to do a lot of work.
It will do a lot. of
Slowly take down Jared.
Is that 2 different art wastelands in play?
It is.
It
Jimbo.
really is.
Jimbo.
The Modern Masters one
Jimbo.
and the original.
The only saving grace is hopefully that Modern Masters one is actually foil, or the Eternal Masters one is actually foil.
Knowing Jimbo, I guarantee it's not.
Yeah,
He foils out the weird cards and not the important ones.
I'm kind of surprised Jimbo doesn't have Judge foil.
I think he just likes to move them. They're just better resources to move for something different.
oh golly, I've got 8 cards in hand.
there's Containment Priest just drawn from Jared. Jared's sitting on 2 pieces of power from what I see. A Thorn, 2 Containment Priests. So it's going to be interesting for Jared to break this.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Breaking it with a Thorn. That is an interesting play. I don't.
Do you
disagree
drain
with
it? Hell.
I don't think you do.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He would be able to cast
I think he
Emrakul, I
forces this
believe,
guy-
if he drains it.
Can he force? He's got 2 forces there.
He's drained it.
He's draining it. So that will be
2 mana, 2, 3, 4.
Thinking.
Thalia is fine if he's looking at casting that Emrakul. Thalia's only non-creature spells.
Yeah.
5 cards.
Which I think you still.
He's
wanna
got another
drain.
drain. He could drain it again.
I think you do want to drain it. Build up that mana. Yeah.
Does
It
he have
looks
the
like he's
blue
going to.
sources though?
Yep, he's got 2 fetches there. So fetch, blue, blue.
Yep.
And drain again, and that's going to be 4 extra mana. Plus, oh, I can't do the maths.
So
Instant,
it's
enchantment,
costing-
land, artifact.
I think to stop his drain mana in his lands, he might have enough.
You would probably have
Yeah,
enough.
because I think
He's got
he's.
8, 12,
4, 8.
8. Yeah, no, he's
10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, he's got
And
it.
he'll have mana left over.
Yeah, he'll have got it, and he'll be able to keep mana up. Not that he cares about that.
Is that a
Trigger.
mage in his hand?
A Snapcaster.
No.
Yeah, doing the counting. Is it 4 or 5? It might be 5.
I think it's.
Is there a
4.
sorcery in there as well?
It's 4. I was doing the count.
It's at least 4.
4, 8. Yeah, he's got.
And
this.
here's comes a big fat Emrakul.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just make sure. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No further. Cast trigger.
Jimbo
I
very
haven't played a land
methodic
yet.
with this.
Yep. Yep.
Do not blame him.
Can you confirm or deny?
So land
Go
for
to the-
turn. Oh, this is
So
not
last
looking so
turn I
good.
cast
Well,
Drain and Drain.
Jimbo showing that Jared's not the only person to play Eldrazi
This is on camera.
Yeah.
in this match.
I'll pass turn to you and take the turn.
One Eldrazi being slightly more powerful than the others.
I'll discard this Supreme Verdict. Make my Emrakul cheaper. I'll cast.
Right.
So does Jimbo just cast that Soul Ring into the
The
chalice?
chalice, yeah. Oh, it won't miss the trigger.
Info.
It's not counted.
Let me consider the Caracas. I'll sit on the Caracas. I'll pass turn to you.
So Jared now gets his turn.
Ulti burn. That is a 1. You take 3. 20.
And takes 3 for the crypt.
Yeah. Going for
So
20 for Jared.
2 containment priests.
It's a reality smasher, but facing down a 13-13 Emrakul.
But this is not bad because if Jared draws another reality smasher, or has another one very shortly, if Jimbo attacks with that Emrakul, the reality smasher can jam and win the game.
Yeah, 100%.
Interesting.
So while it might not seem much, this is actually very important to have that there. He's got 2 containment priests in hand as well.
Then you can just.
So
I guess it's
no, actually, because he jams out both containment priests and he has 9 power on the board.
Displacer deals
So-
with Emrakul too,
Yeah.
so it's
What's
interesting.
Emrakul's power toughness?
13-13.
13-13. So, but this is interesting. Jimbo must
Is he
be
flying?
confident. He's flying.
He is flying.
He's
Okay,
flying.
sorry.
And
I was
there's
just trying to
some
figure out
modes.
before about. Right, so one of them has a great big flyer,
And the other one
the other one does
has
not.
nothing.
3 Eldrazi.
And he's used 2 of his sealer cleansings already. Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, he has.
that's a shame.
And Jimbo leaves to waste a bunch of lands there.
Nice.
Your turn.
And yeah, so there's 2 containments. So forgot about that moat in Jimbo's hand, but
And there's the handshake.
moat wins Jimbo.
Congratulations, Jimbo. You're off to the top 4.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I am off.
Please, someone
I
please
will
stop the camera after this. Play
Tag
the
in
song.
Stephen Mead to do the top 4.
No.
Wait, no, can I just
Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next round.
Eventually I
will
get
lose.